Hey guys, welcome to the new video. Today we're going to talk about factory functions. So, what are they and where are they used? To create an object, right? There are multiple ways to create an object, and factory functions is kind of a pattern which is also used in programming, right? In object-oriented programming as well. So the similar concept we have it in a JavaScript where we can reuse the same function to create multiple objects. So, in a nutshell, it's a way to encapsulate object creation logic and promote code reusability and flexibility inside a function. So, let me show you how can we create a simple person object using factory functions. Then I'm going to compare it with the constructor function, which we have been using it traditionally in JavaScript. So, to create a factory function, all you have to do is just write a function name. We can say function create person, and we have to pass in the parameters for the arguments. A person can have a name, can have an age, and a gender, right? So we have to return the object. This is the syntax of factory functions. If all you have to do is return, I have to add a return statement, and inside that return that object, which will have a name, which will have an age property, which will have a gender property, and let me define one custom method which will return its name. Okay, so we can define it, we can create a function, and inside that function we can tell it to return this dot name. That's it. We have created our factory function. Okay. Let me show you an example how can we create an object using this factory function. So let's say I want to create person1, and you can just directly call this method. And it's like traditional method which you call, right? So you have to pass the argument. You can pass the aryan, the name, and you can pass the age, so gender. That's it. We can check if it is working fine or not. We can print the person1 dot, we can call this method, so it's gonna return the name, right? Let's print the object also, right? That's it. To run this JavaScript code, I've already imported this in script file, and all I have to do is run it in live server. So just click this, it will open this HTML page. Since this H is blank, there is nothing in this HTML body, so it has to be empty. But we need to go to the inspect tab and you click on this console, and here you'll find this our name here. We also have this object. If you click on it, you'll get all the key value pair for this particular person object. That's it. So we just created one person object. Now, the interesting thing, let me do the same thing using constructor function, right? So constructor function, yeah, syntax is mostly same. So we'll define function. We can name it as createHuman this time, and it will take the same argument name, age, and gender. Difference lies in the body of the function or the way you create the object. So we can, instead of returning an object in constructor functions, we construct, as in we assign this property. Um, so we assign the keys of that particular person in the this property or this object. So I can assign the human name as name, this dot age. So for this particular object, it's gonna create. So it will have this age property, which will be assigned with the age which we are passing through an argument, a constructor argument. We'll have a gender. Okay, that's it. We can define a method also with the name get name. Okay, we can define function and we can directly call return this dot name. Okay, so let's test it. We can create person object person2, I'll call it person2, and so we cannot directly use this create human and we just pass this variable, let's say Arun, and we pass a 25 age and we pass wait. All right, and let's try to console log this. Yeah, person log to get name method, and similarly we'll try to print this object. What do you think? Will this work or will this not work? Let's see. I'll refresh this. Nothing happened, right? This is, let's say, this is a person one object which we are getting from create person factory function. Why this is not working? Because we cannot directly call this method. It's not a factory function, right? So it's a constructor. So we need to use new keyword here. Then it's gonna create a human object and it's gonna assign it to person, the same name, age, and gender. Let's refresh this now you'll see. Okay, I'll show you the difference the object. So if you expand this object, right, and I'll expand this parallelly, you will see the prototype as object. Both have the same prototype, it's fine. If I expand this prototype, so the difference lies here. There is no constructor function as such for this particular object type, right? But we do have it in human. We do have a create human constructor method showing up here. So that's the difference when you create object using a constructor and using a factory method. I think this much understanding is enough. I hope you like it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in next video.